What's going on YouTube, spookies and gamers all across the world? This is SpookyBear from SpookyBear Gaming, and I am back with some Fallout 4. Now, I've got a little bit of bad news to bring you before I start playing today. I recently had a little bit of problems, as you guys know, with my mic. That was about 6 or 8 videos ago, but apparently I did something there when I was doing that, and well, I forgot to delete some stuff while I was doing that because I thought that I had done it, but I hadn't, and I hadn't been checking the amount of storage space left on my computer. So, while I was recording last night, which is, not important what time it is, but, while I was recording a little bit last night, space was full. And I thought I had a terabyte hard drive ready, so I went ahead and plugged it in and started transferring, the things over. And I thought it was transferring. I thought it had saved as much of the video as I had already done, so I paused it and I waited, and I was just gonna start up where I was. It turns out that I lost about an hour and a half of gameplay, and I may be able to find it in my editing process, but as of right now, I can't find it. And so I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys now. If I somehow fix it, then you guys will know by now. By the time you see this, you'll already know. But I'm just going to go ahead and warn you because as of right now, I could not find it. I misplaced over an hour of gameplay. But in that gameplay, I went ahead. I believe the last thing that you have seen is when I killed the synth courser. So then I took the synth courser chip to Dr. Amari. Dr. Amari didn't have the capability to do what I needed her to do to get that code off that I needed. So she referred me to her friends, which just so happened to be the railroad or the railway or whatever. That quest is the Follow the Freedom Trail or something like that. So I went ahead and did that quest along with the quest that was given to me by Dr. Amari to go see them and have the courser chip analyzed. I kind of halfway sort of got started joining the railroad in the process, but I'm not a full member of the railroad yet. I don't really know how all that works yet, but I'm not in that. After that, I went back to Virgil out in the wasteland, glowing sea, blah blah, whatever. And he went ahead and gave me some schematics for a teleporter. Now, this teleporter, I went ahead and had to go talk to Sturgis, who is probably in Sanctuary for you, but for me, I had moved him to the castle. So I went ahead and built this huge teleporter thing with like 6 generators. It's super ghetto. I'll show you guys in a later video. But it's sitting out there, and it went ahead. I got into it, and Sturgis was like, blah, 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 blah. And then it teleported me here. So on your screen right now, I'm in the Institute. I just teleported in, so I'm in the Institute, and we're gonna go ahead and get started with today's gameplay. I know I had a little lengthy introduction, almost 3 minutes long. I'm sorry, but I wanted to go ahead and explain myself for the technical difficulties. I'm a noob. That was just me getting wrecked by the system. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna try and make sure it doesn't happen again. I got the terabyte hard drive plugged in, so I should not run out of memory, but I'm sorry for that, guys. But let's go ahead and get started today. So we are in the Institute checking stuff out. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and I leveled up, so I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and see my little perk tree or whatever it's called. Nothing special, but I'm waiting until I level up to 25 to get that, the gun nut 3. There's definitely some mods I want. I'm struggling a little bit between the Life Giver, which is going to give me some more health, and the Medic, which is going to make the stim packs and the Rataways more effective. Right now, I think I like where the stim packs are at. I mean, that extra 20% is big, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get the Life Giver because it just seems more prevalent. I don't know, extra 20 health. I mean, I've got so many stim packs that I can stand to waste a few. I mean, honestly. So let's get started with this. We just got a big computer here in the teleporter room that's being completely unguarded. That's awful realistic. I literally got nothing from that, so I don't understand. I guess let's hit it one more time. View access mode. Okay, I cannot move or touch anything. I'm pressing all sorts of buttons. I just pressed B, maybe. Need to load. Maybe that's it. Maybe not. I don't know if this is right or not, guys. I'm a little bit of a noob right now. Okay, I don't know what this means. Oh. I don't understand. I may have to edit all this out because I look like a dummy. Let's see what, I guess I should probably insert network scanner holotape. Okay, well that was probably, I could have avoided all this noobiness had I just went ahead. I have so many of these things. Oh, there we go. Now we're making progress. Let's initiate that network scan. That's literally it. Am I just supposed to leave now? What? What exactly is my quest right now? Am I supposed to just leave? Surely not.
Hello.
What?
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not a trap. What does this button do? I'm afraid to push that. I don't think I'm gonna mess with that for right now. Some turpentine. Okay. I'm actually gonna save it because I really want to see what that button does. Yeah, sorry. As you can see, I've now played over a day. I've been no life in this game like crazy. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead. Well, that was anticlimactic. Okay, anticlimactic, whatever. That was stupid. I just wasted time with that. Is this the elevator?
Broken.
Inaccessible. Elevator. This is super like creepy and dope at the same time. It's like creepy dope. Just taking all sorts of stuff. Sir, I know what you want me to do, but can you be a little more specific, please? Because I am unaware of my current mission. Enter the elevator. Okay.
It has never been easy. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Yes, Shawnee. May I see him, please? Is that Shaun? Shaun. Is that really Shaun?
No use.
Is this real? These have things I need. I'm sorry. I'm not stealing. I'm just...
Can't pick this.
Okay, well, talk to me and tell me something. Shaun. I look like a dope man. Shawnee. Okay, well, what exactly am I supposed to do? Can I go up farther? Okay, that was... I'm sorry, guys. That was a waste of time. Someone please help me. My son is here, and I need to get to him. But I cannot. I cannot reach my son. Can you not hear Shaun?
Shaun?
Oh.
Huh? Yes, I'm Shaun.
Shaun? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Shaun.
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. Yes.
What's going on?
It's me.
Father?
Your dad.
Father!
I'm here, Shaun.
What's he doing?
I don't know you.
It'll be okay,
Go
Shaun.
away.
I'm here
Father.
now.
Father,
Who's he
help
calling
me.
to? I am
There's
your
somebody
father.
Here. Help me.
Shaun, please. Calm down. I'll get you out of there.
Father? Father, help me. He's trying to take me. Father?
Okay,
help
well,
me.
this kid shouldn't... My kid should not be 12. He should not be 12, okay? Let's...
S923.
Hold on. We're gonna do some math before we listen to this guy talk. Okay, I was in the chamber for 200 years. Alright? In the off chance that they went and stole my son... I mean, I know we had that flashback, but I don't feel like that was... I don't feel like that was real.
Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing.
He's not real.
The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
This is... insane. All of it.
The degree of trauma you're experiencing right now is understandable. Please, just try to relax. I know this is all difficult to take in.
Just... help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far.
Hit me. Let's go.
And suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally
What?
meet you.
It just skipped.
After all this time, it's me. I am Shaun.
What?
I am your son.
What?
Bullshit.
Is it? After all the things you've seen and experienced in the Commonwealth? Think about it. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am. Raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
I don't get it.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens.
Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Wow.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
First of all, call me father.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
I don't understand this.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Well, why couldn't you just, like, beam me in when I got out of the vault? That would have been...
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
What?
Shaun, she loved you. So much.
I have no doubt. I'm afraid I have very little experience with those emotions, having lived my life within the Institute. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret, and asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's
He's
best
like
hope
Steve
for the
Jobs.
future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position. Obviously. I've lived my life
Cocky.
within these walls. Dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Ah,
Yes.
he's my
that's what I
son.
want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. I'm pleased to see it has not impaired your judgment. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be more than a bit biased against us. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself, a chance to become acquainted with our procedures.
I should be in charge, but
I'll
whatever.
do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I am glad to hear that. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Do I just tell him, hey, look, I'm the owner's son? Or father, I mean, so, yeah, I'm pretty much.